And welcome back to American Agenda. On this holiday weekend, the American Center for Law and Justice is fighting for those abandoned by the Biden administration in Afghanistan. The ACLJ filing a Freedom of Information Act request to find out why the president has left Christians and U.S. citizens to the mercy of the Taliban. For more on this, let's bring in Senior Litigation Counsel for the American Center for Law and Justice, Ben Sisney. And Ben, thank you for joining us. The hasty withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan, obviously that committed the vacuum for the Taliban to come in and take over. But why have we not heard so much about this recently? We've heard some people asking what is going on in Afghanistan, but the administration hasn't really been opening up about the situation there.
Well, this administration hasn't been opening up about really anything. They fight us at every turn. You name the issue or you name the scandal, and it's a battle, and we'll keep fighting. Even as you mentioned, the mainstream coverage and the Biden administration allies have sort of changed the subject as quickly as they could. Even as I believe there still are Americans that want it out, that are still on the ground in Afghanistan. And, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I was born in the 70s, so I've been around for a few things, and I haven't seen a tragedy, an American tragedy, a heartbreaking tragedy quite like this. I understand in a way why they want to keep it buttoned up, why they don't want us finding out more, because I'm sure it's beyond embarrassing. I'm sure that we won't like what we see, and they know it. So they want to keep it from us. We're going to keep fighting, and one of the ways we can do that is the FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act. We sent the request to several agencies. They didn't comply with the law, so we sued them in federal court in D.C., and that's what we do. We'll keep fighting, doing everything we can to get this information out so that the American people can know and they can decide what they think about it.
Now, President Biden's press secretary for the Pentagon, John Kirby, seems to think there's no crisis at all. This is what he said.
The withdrawal ended on August 30th, and today is November 10th. I mean, how is it possible that the department doesn't know how many immediate family members are still left?
I didn't say that.
In Afghanistan.
I didn't say we didn't know. I said I don't have a number for you. We believe it's certainly most likely in the dozens.
So, again, there's no accurate number here. We've heard around this, no concrete total of how many Americans might be in Afghanistan. But we've also heard the line, too, that we're getting the people out that want to get out. Now, there might be people that have loved ones there that don't want to leave without them. But do you really think that there are people who are Americans that are stuck in Taliban-run Afghanistan that want to stay there?
That's my personal opinion. I can't prove that. And part of the reasons I can't is because they're not giving the documents that the law requires them to give. So, maybe I can draw my own conclusions from that. But beyond the Americans that I think are still there, I know there are Afghanistan people that helped the United States government, that helped United States NGOs, who helped America and American causes. Humanitarian efforts, and from missionaries to very established organizations that were serving the communities there, spreading the gospel, spreading love and care, teaching things like dignity for women and children, radical concepts like that, who, when the Taliban took over, found themselves in the crosshairs and were the subject of these door-to-door hunts. We helped people get out. I mean, we worked with people doing this, and we know what's really happening there. And to see it all being sort of brushed under the rug is heartbreaking.
Now, Ben, I want to get your reaction to this. Afghanistan families, they're selling off their daughters so they can have money to eat. Listen to this.
Look, behind you. You see her? Come here, he says. I swear to God, is she old enough to marry? No, but I sold her. His daughter, Benazir, is 8 years old.
Now, where's the outrage from these feminist groups that would normally be talking about issues like this. We're seeing unbelievably horrible things happen to women in Afghanistan. Where is the international community? Where is the United States? They advocate for equality for women in our country, but when we're seeing this country that we left and created the vacuum for, it looks like something from centuries ago.
Heartbreaking, and I don't know what's more heartbreaking, that it's happening or that we facilitated this at an even higher level. I mean, that, those kinds of things have been happening around the world for a long time. There's nothing new under the sun. I understand that, but to see our country, my country, have a hand in creating a situation and leaving the way we did, that jeopardized and put more people in danger, especially people that helped us. But even those that maybe that didn't, maybe people that were just living their lives in their country, just surviving and working and doing what they do. And we put them in this situation because of the political decisions that we made. And the lack of outrage, you're hitting on something that is unbelievable to me. We see it time and time again. The so-called vindicators of women's rights and children and you name the issue that the left claims to own, and they claim to be the champion for these people, these groups. They like to group everybody. They claim to be their champions, and then they're silent in the face of what's going on in China, for example, what just happened and is still happening in Afghanistan, what's happening in our own country, what's happening at our southern border and all the way up Central America to our southern border. Women and children bear the brunt of evil, of immorality, of tyranny, and our policies facilitating that. That is unbelievable. And it's going to keep happening until the American people find out what and know and engage and care, but they've got to know what's going on. And the American people, when they know, when they let their elected leaders know how they feel, and that's where the Freedom of Information Act comes in, and what the ACLJ is doing in this area is getting that information to the American people, because that's how it's done here in America.
And Ben, as you said, it's not just in Afghanistan. There is that exploitation with women and girls coming from the southern border, being helped through by cartels. They have the wristbands on. I've seen the trees with the clothes on themselves. This is an issue that is also taking place in our country. Ben Sisney, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.